Have you ever heard of Bandcamp Boyfriend? Oh, you haven't? Then let me explain this underrated gem to you. Hello, my stars. I'm back at it again with another commentary video. I'm so excited to make this video in particular because it's about two subjects I'm very passionate about: marching band and romance. Ah, yes, Bandcamp Boyfriend, the game that you probably didn't know that you needed. At least if you're single and struggling with marching band. This video will basically go over the main information about this game, as well as some of my personal experiences of being in marching band. Before I go on with the video, don't forget to check out the description to see all my socials and my own art print shop. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You all have at least that one lonely person, or even friend, that's in band and needs some love. With that being said, let's go on with the video. Bandcamp Boyfriend was developed by Lovebird Games Studios, which is their only game in the making of this video. The two key developers and founders of the studio are Taylor and Alex, who are also sisters. Taylor is the lead writer, programmer, video editor, social media manager, and even a voice actor in the game. By the way, they voice Felicity the flutist. We'll talk about the characters' names in a moment. If you couldn't tell, her name is a pun. Alex is a music composer, co-writer, programmer, web designer, and voices Sabrina, who I assume is a side character because I can't find any information about her in the game. All I have to say is that is one heck of an impressive set of skills, and the fact that their game is so underrated is criminal. Also, if I had to work with my siblings on a project, it would crash and burn. Well, depending on the sibling. So I hope and wish for the best with this ultimate duo. Bandcamp Boyfriend is an ultimate visual novel where you play as the band's drum major, Cadence, or whatever you change it to, and tackle having to lead a band as well as your relationships. You spend 2 weeks at a sports camp complex while conducting the Blue Mountains Bandits High School Marching Band and manage your personal relationships, mainly your love life, making sure that you lead the band to success and not failure. Also, side note, that's one heck of a name for a school. Why is it so long? Which, if your band crashes and falls because your drum major decides to have a personal life, your band needs professional help. Like, serious help. Anyways, in case you didn't know what a visual novel is, it is whenever a fictional story is told through digital interaction. Your overall actions can change the route and endings of your story. Otome translates to maiden in Japanese, which means visual novel is mainly targeted for women, but anyone can enjoy it. Like, I'm gonna recommend this to 5 of my guy friends, I know they need it. The best part about this game is the amount of features and content it has. The game has all of the following features: 7 story routes, 35 plus endings, 25 unique sprites, 49 CG illustrations, an original soundtrack, partial voice acting, unlockable side quests, and 30 plus hours of gameplay. Yeah, that's a lot. I hate how there's little to no content or media about this game because I would kill to see all this stuff for myself. I would play it on my own or even live stream me playing it, but I don't have a computer to play it on. If I can't play and live stream this game before the end of the year, I would pay someone to make one of those non-commentary videos with them achieving all the endings and story routes and even all the Easter eggs. I don't know why, but I really like those videos. However, along with all these features, there is also an abundance of content warnings, which include infrequent use of strong language, suggestive humor, dark psychology themes, kidnapping, backstories of child and emotional abuse, references to sexual assault, mild blood violence, which includes gun violence, and even death. Yes, in a game where you help lead a marching band and get yourself a lover, you can also flipping die. This just makes me want to play or watch someone else play even more. I feel like a partial reason why there is barely any talk about this crazy game is due to the fact that it only came out on May 11th of this year. But that's just a small reason. For how amazing the art is, how good the voice acting is, and how good the storytelling is, I'm low-key depressed about how no one else is talking about this gem of a game. I could go on and on about how underrated this game is, but then y'all would click off the video. So I'm just gonna go straight into the characters. To make my script a bit shorter and save myself some effort and complication, I'm going to break this section down into each character and my own thoughts about that character after I state their facts. Well, not really, I'm just going to state my opinions on them whenever. When you play the game, there are a total of 10 main characters. One of them you play as, and 7 you have the potential to get with. Here's some of the basic information about those characters. Cadence is the main protagonist and the character you play as in the game. Obviously, you can change the name to your choosing, but for the sake of the video, I call her Cadence. She's 16 in her junior year, and she's described as hardworking, positive, and eager to lead the marching band into success. Mr. Riley is the main and only band director of the whole band. He's 33, fast-talking, fearless, enthusiastic to bring the band back to the olden days when it was good. However, he's also a bit scatterbrained and moody. Susie the sousaphone marcher is a junior as well as Cadence's best friend in the game. She apparently has a boyfriend in the game named Eugene, but when he appears, his face is obscured from his instrument. She's described as friendly and bubbly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key upset that I can't get with Susie. She's by far my fave from the game, from what I've seen of it so far. And I would love if there was like a DLC or something where you can get with Susie, or like get with some of the girls from the band. That, like, come on, hook me up. All I'm saying is that I can be her Eugene. Tom the trombonist is the quirky low brass guy that wears this shirt all the time, so that says it all about his character. Jokes aside, Tom is a junior who's described as goofy, a class clown, easygoing, and a game nerd. The crazy part is, I know someone in real life who fits this exact description, just not the game nerd stuff. And I even had the fattest crush on him. But it wasn't just him, it was also 2 other people. Coincidentally, they were all in marching band the one season I couldn't do it, but the best moment from this phase was when I combined all 3 of their names to make up the word jam. So yeah, back to the characters. Peter the trumpeter is probably either my least favorite or second to least favorite. He's just the complete opposite of a guy I want to meet in person. He's a senior who's described as confident, flirty, and sassy. In most of the clips I saw of him, he just seems smug and it makes me uncomfortable. But the worst part I hate about his character is that he already has a girlfriend. Yeah, remember Felicity that I mentioned earlier? That's his girlfriend. One of your potential boyfriends already has a partner. I don't know if they ever break up at some point in the game so then Cadence can just slide right in and have him, but I sure hope so, or else he's definitely my least favorite by a landslide. Clark the clarinetist is basically Byakuya Tagami from Danganronpa. That's it. End of video. Just kidding. Although both of them have so many similar traits, it's just that Clark is more tolerable. He's a junior who's described as hardworking, dedicated, and bitter because he lost drum major auditions to Cadence. That's partly why he's kind of an asshole throughout the game, but I just find it hilarious. I mean, we all have that one kid who was so upset about not getting a roller part and then goes on to annoy the heck out of whoever did get the roller part. Heck, that's even me at some points. And I'll admit that, because I'm not gonna lie to myself or y'all. Really, I have mixed feelings about Clark, but hopefully I can get them reassured whenever I see or do a full playthrough of the game. But for now, he's like my second least favorite. Sam the saxophonist is basically the dream dark skin you see in every movie that has like an all white fit, the shirt's unbuttoned, you just see their six pack. Yeah, that's basically him. I mean, just look at him. Phew! He's a senior that's described as cool, quiet, and laid back. And honestly, that's all you need sometimes in a man. My favorite part about him is how he's really into jazz artists. I would make some smooth jazz with him, if you know what I mean. No, I wouldn't. I'm a minor. No, I wouldn't. Pop Tart. Yes, that's his name in the game and in promotions until I found out otherwise. The Mellophone Marcher is by far my favorite character in the game. Well, besides Susie, of course. I can't explain enough how much I love this rookie marcher. Oh yeah, this is his first year marching. He's a sophomore who's described as bright, curious, offbeat, and quiet until you get to know him. And the main reason why his nickname is Pop Tart is because after you have your first good interaction with him in the game, he gives you a Pop Tart. I freaking adore this kid to the point where I don't even know what else to say about him. Doug the bass drummer is a big old himbo that everybody needs. Not wants, but needs. He already got some personal favoritism from me because I'm a sucker for any percussionist. He's a junior who's described as carefree, active, and dense, but also the heart of the band, which makes sense because literally the whole band has to follow the drum line for tempo, so. Anyways, he was also originally in Pit, but was moved to drumline. There's not much else about his character that I know of. Garth the color guard is basically the dream man that isn't gay somehow. I swear, when I heard that there was a guard character in the game that was a guy, the first thing I thought was that he was going to be gay. But not only is he not gay and able to be your boyfriend, but he's so flipping fine! He's a senior who's described as competitive, ambitious, well-loved, positive, a gentleman, and an overachiever. He's basically what Peter wants to be so bad, but can't. There's also a whole bunch of side characters in the game that I have yet to see, the only one so far being Felicity, so I can't really say much about the rest of the characters in the game, really. Just know that basically, if you couldn't tell earlier, by the way, every character's name is alliteration with whatever they do in the band, so I'm assuming it's the same thing with the side characters. Overall, this game is literally the perfect game for me and probably a bunch of more people. I don't really have any complaints about the game so far. I really adore the characters, I really enjoy any footage I see of it. I truly hope and wish this game gets the attention it deserves. Also, to spice this video up a bit more, I'm going to add some of my favorite moments from Marching Band. I plan on making a whole video about my full experience with band in the future, so I'll try to keep this portion of the video short and sweet. Starting with the romance part. There are so many lesbian couples in my band. Almost everyone in my band is gay. I'm not even over exaggerating. Well, including me, but I'm still single. Every time I look, there's a different couple, and 9 times out of 10, it's a gay couple. Crazy part is, I'm friends with all the gay people. Well, that isn't really that crazy, but still. So it's inevitable for me to ignore it. It's either people being actually gay, or people being jokingly gay. Next short story, and this one has nothing to do with romance, but I just love bringing it up. Like, I swear, this is my favorite memory from Marching Band, because it's like the ultimate how what not to do. During my rookie year of marching, there was another rookie who was just a grade below me. We were setting up drill spots and practicing Ganto spots until I see that kid make a dash past me. I had no idea where he was heading to until I see him get closer to a trash can that was in the distance. I put two to two together and realized that kid's gonna puke. The moment I realized why he was rushing, though, it was too late. I'm gonna spare you all the details because I'm not rude and make you lose your appetite, but it was very unfortunate and a gross scene. The only problem is, that isn't the only time that same kid threw up. I don't remember how many times he just regurgitated during the season, but there were enough times for him to be example of what not to do during band camp. However, that day in particular of throwing up, we went in to have dinner a few hours, I think, later, which was pizza. You would think that after throwing up, you would eat little to no food and just have a lot of water, but not this kid. He went on to have not one, not two, but three slices of pizza. I just stared at him with the most flabbergasted eyes ever. Thankfully, though, that's the end of this story and the end of the remembrance of my suffering and having to see that. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know I did when making it. Well, kind of. I like talking about Bandcamp Boyfriend, but I don't like the work of making the video. Mainly having to hear my own voice 24/7 and then make all the art to put in the background 24/7 while also having to juggle band. I hope you enjoyed the video, and more importantly, go on and enjoy the game. Go help out and support the creators and voice actors by playing the game, or help promote it. They deserve so much more for how much they've put in this game. I know for sure that I'll try to play the game and live stream as soon as possible. And making a video about this game just helps me get my mind off of my band crush and how I have to see him almost every day. But yet I can't say a single word to him because I have the biggest social anxiety ever. Also, huge thanks to my Discord friend Theo for making my art stills so then I won't have to use Gotcha anymore. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. I do not want to go back to that app. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check the description where I include today's music, my sources, and my socials, and my own Etsy shop. I have much more on my socials, so I highly recommend you follow those. Plus, it's just easier to post there. All I do is post my art. That's it. With that being said, goodbye and stay bright, my stars.